Hello everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, I am Molly and I do book content here on YouTube. I apologise for my hair because it looks okay, but also it doesn't. It's not that oily, so even though it looks like it is, but it looks fine. And I don't often have my hair down, and I would like to have my hair down, so then, for a change. So yeah, we're just gonna have to make do, and if I'm not bothered, I'll just refilm. But yeah, today I am doing a little bit of an unseasonal video. It's not particularly seasonal, however, it is often associated with a particular month. So a few months ago, Kelli from Kelli Reads a Lot did a video on how much like Jane Austen she is, and she was tagged by someone on YouTube, Shelley, I think, or someone else, I can't remember now. Shelley might have been the original creator, I'm not sure, I don't know all the information, but I saw that video and I thought it was really fun, and I mentioned that to her and she was like, oh, you should do this video too. So I've kind of been unofficially, officially tagged, kind of, to do the same video. So that's what I mean by the unseasonal, because it's Jane Austen. Normally Jane Austen videos are in July because of Jane Austen July, but because it's her 250th, I think, birthday this year, and with us all being in December, the last month of the year, I thought, why not do it now, to kind of not say goodbye, because it comes up every year and it doesn't matter what year you do it in. It could be the 251st year if you would like. It doesn't matter. And it doesn't have to be July. But there we go. Anyway, so I thought I would do this tag because it's easy. It doesn't require me to have to go looking for any books because I don't feel like doing that today. So yes, we're going to do this. So there are points. There is like a scoreboard at the end. So I might just quickly do that. So if you get 0 to 1 point, you're basically nothing like Jane Austen. And it says that you and also Jane Austen could learn a lot from one another because you're so different. Then you've got 2 to 3 points, and that is you and Austen might not share much, but you'd be delighted to have a little quick chat at a social gathering sort of thing. Pleasantries and stuff. Then 4 to 5 points, there is, even the description, I guess, says, even though you have less in common, you could definitely spend an afternoon chatting and, talking about your similarities and your differences. And then you've got 6 to 7 points, and that is you and Jane Austen are friends. 9 to 8 points, that Jane Austen and you could be siblings in another life, or at the very least just good friends. And then you've got 10 to 11 points, which is full marks, and that is basically the spirit of Jane Austen lives in you. You're basically one and the same. So very much like those BuzzFeed quizzes that used to be around. Well, I say used, they're still around, but certainly used to be talked about a lot back in the day. So now that I've explained it, I'm going to have another drink of my coffee. No homemade one today. I've got one from a takeaway called Crema Dolce. They're more known for their waffles, but they do have things like lunch food, like paninis and toasties. So I had a tuna panini. And this is a sugar-free caramel latte. And they're pretty good coffee. At least for me. I'm not coffee connoisseur, but I'm usually pretty easy. Right, so let's get started. Question 1 is, or not really question 1, prompt, I guess. I don't really know what the right word is. But the first thing, I guess, is Jane Austen is an artist and a writer. You get a point if you are an artist, and the next one if you are also a writer. So I'm going to give myself a point for artist. However, I wouldn't say I do very much. Used to a lot. I used to enjoy it, and I still enjoy it. I don't not. But things like space and having the motivational energy to do it is an issue, because I don't know. I'm not sure why. I just haven't done it for years, and part of it is because of space, having access to like a table and stuff like that. But and having to clear everything away as well when you're done. All of that stuff is just a lot. But I would technically say I'm kind of an artist. I wouldn't say I'm the best. I mean, not that I would anyway, but like, there are definitely people better than me. I'm okay at it. And part of that's because I don't practice enough, of course. And then other parts, it's just like I don't necessarily have much of that natural talent that some people do have. But yes. Prompt 2 is Jane Austen was born into a large family. She had 7 siblings, 1 sister and 6 brothers. You get a point if you have 3 or more siblings. Now, I'm going to say no. I do have 2 siblings. And technically, if you include me, there are 3 siblings, but not without including me. So I'm going to not give myself the point for that one, because I don't think that's entirely accurate. Question 3. Jane Austen didn't enjoy formal education. Get a point if you also didn't care for your formal education, and I'll definitely give myself a point at that. I hated being in school. Well, I mean, I did it, but I didn't. Hate's a bit of a strong word. I just didn't really like it. The less said about that, the better, I guess. Question 4. Jane Austen had a lot of dark humour woven in her writing. Give yourself a point if you also have a dark humour, and I also have to share a joke. So, I do have dark humour. Now, do I have a proper joke? No. But I will describe something that I still do, find it funny. So, there's quite a few different anecdotes. There's more anecdotes than actual jokes. Kelli did an actual joke, which was a pun, and that was a great one. I can't think of any. I'm terrible at thinking of jokes. But I do have a cool sense of humour, my mum would say. So when I was a kid, if any of you know the film The Mummy, that had Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz, or Weisz. I assume it's Weisz because it's kind of German looking, but I don't know. But yeah, that was a movie franchise that was very popular in the 90s and early 2000s, or at least I thought it was popular. I loved it. Although less said of the third one set in China, the better. That wasn't as good, sadly. But yes, I loved that film. And if any of you have seen it, you will know that right at the start, a priest gets basically buried alive in a sarcophagus. And before they put the lid on, they pour a load of scarab beetles on top of him. Don't know why. Now, that bit isn't funny. It's what happens afterwards. Well, not afterwards in the film. But basically, I saw that. And I think my mum probably saw it with me at one point, like when I was really young. 12 or whatever. And mum didn't like that. She's very squeamish. She's very easily put off. She's not really into like scary things. She gets scared easily, sort of thing. And so mum didn't like that part. Naturally, who would want to be eaten alive by scarab beetles? But I found her dislike of it very funny, apparently. And so basically, sometimes I would, go up to her and I'd say, guess what this is? Or like, this is a scarab beetle. And she'd be like, ow, no, ow. And I used to find that really funny. So yeah, I've got a few anecdotes like that. I mean, talking about it is probably not actually that funny, talking about it, but apparently, 12-year-old me or whatever thought it was absolutely hilarious. So, yes. So I hope that counts. There will be dark jokes that I already know, but I'm terrible at thinking of them. So yeah, you're just gonna have to cope with that one. Sorry. Question 5. Jane broke off 2 engagements and died a spinster. Give yourself a point if you are single. Yes. Very, very, very single. Okay. Question 6. Jane Austen experienced some low periods and spells of depression throughout her life. Give yourself a point if you also experience mental health issues and stuff. And so yeah, I've had that. I mean, most people do, especially things like anxiety, which is very common. Most people have experienced something like that because it's worrying at the end of the day, isn't it? That's what anxiety is. It's worry, and so obviously, you can be ruminating that a lot or end up with panic attacks. So yeah, I think we all experience something along the lines of one of those, or depression or anything else throughout our lives. So yeah, I definitely have. Question 7. Jane moved from her childhood home when she was in her 20s. Give yourself a point if you've moved away from your childhood, from your hometown or region. And I mean, I did move about a year and a bit ago from my childhood home. Although I did have other homes technically before that one, but most of them I don't remember because I was too young. But I've not really moved that far away. Like, I'm currently maybe about a 10-minute drive from where I used to live. So I've not really moved that far. So I don't really know if that counts, really. I did move in my 20s because I'm 29 and, it was a year and a half ago when we moved. So, yeah, I'm not quite sure about that one. I might just give myself half a point. Because kind of, but I don't know if it really counts, if it's far enough away. Okay, question 8 is, Jane wasn't a vain person. Give yourself a point if you also have little interest in vanity. And I mean, I guess so. I would give myself a point. I mean, I don't care about my appearance in a vain way. Like, it's not my main focus. I do think people should not take pride, but I can't think of a better phrase for it, but take pride in your appearance, make sure you don't look scruffy, make sure you're clean and all the rest of those sorts of things, like basic looking okay, especially when you go out of the house. I mean, I guess if you're at home it's not much of an issue necessarily, but yeah, but I wouldn't say I'm particularly vain, I don't think. I don't know. It's certainly not my main focus on my life, Yeah. Question 9. Hair was of little concern to Austen. Give yourself a point if you're also not bothered by your hair. And my answer is basically the same as the previous one. So I'll give myself a point because I don't really care that much. I mean, I do have wavy hair and I use like wavy with a little bit of a curl. Mostly waves, but so I do use a curling jelly, but I am very lazy about it, so I don't do a lot to my hair in that respect, and at the moment I'm basically just trying to use it up because I'm not bothered about using it, so I don't really focus on it. Again, I want to make sure I look neat and tidy. And that's why I wasn't quite sure what to do with my hair for this video. So I hope it doesn't look too bad. But I'm not bothered about it. As long as my hair's clean and it's reasonably tidy, brushed and stuff, then, I'm not as fussed. I mean, to be fair though, I hate brushing my hair. In terms of I don't like brushing my hair because when my hair is like this, because when I brush it out, it just goes basically straight, and frizzy, even without the curling jelly, because obviously my hair is naturally wavy, so it doesn't, but I lose the waves so easily, and I think it's because my hair is so thin and fine, it just doesn't stick to its waves. But there we go. Yeah. But yeah, brushing your hair. Something like that. Okay, so the last question is question 10, and that is, Austen expressed a distaste for hot weather. Give yourself a point if you also dislike heat, and I'll give myself a point. I don't like the heat. I like the nice weather, and I like the warmth, but what I don't like is a lot of heat and the sweating that happens. No thank you. No thank you. So yeah, I'm just glad we have modern conveniences. I remember Kelli saying that she didn't mind the heat because she has like air conditioning and stuff. But then when it broke, she was like, "Oh yeah, no, I know what Jane Austen is talking about," and I get that. I'm really glad that I wouldn't call it air conditioning, but it's like a large floor fan that blows out cold air. So technically air conditioning in the technical sense, but I wouldn't call it air conditioning. But yeah, that has been a lifesaver during the hot weather. Not that we get the hot weather that people get in like America and other hot countries. But yeah, we do get high humidity though, and I think that is the key from what I've heard.
One keeps going with one of those that's open, and I swear every time I look at her, she's dug herself into it more.
I know, she's so funny. You cats, you're terrible.
There's a view of some kind. Oh, whoa.
Uh-oh.
Okay, baby.
This is going to be dangerous. Hello? You wouldn't even fit in that when you were a kitten. Trust me. Are you purring? She wants to get in there, doesn't she?
Oh, that's so cute.
What you doing? I know what to do. Hello? Are you getting into my drawers? Hello, monkey butt. Hi. Oh, you're so pretty. Here's my beautiful girl. You are so beautiful. Oh, no. Oh, I'm being murdered. Oh. No, not anymore. You like me again now.
Why?
Ah, I'm being murdered. I'm being murdered by the cat.
She went in Molly's room.
She's found a new bed.
Went right into
Who's this?
and is now being rambunctious.
She's so cute. Is that a finger? Oh.
Do it. Stick it in her mouth.
Oh my gosh. Oh no, she's gone. She's gone. She's a funny cat.
She's so...
Who's that? Boop. She's in an attack mode. Oh, you can get me. Oh no, she's getting me. What? Mwah. Hi. I guess I've got a visitor. Oh. I guess she's not here anymore. Okay. Well, anyway. So let's finish this up. So I've done all the questions. Let's see how many points I get. So I've got one for number 1. Got one for number 3. Number 4. Number 5. Number 6. I've got half a point for number 7. That one. Number 8. Number 9. That's 7 points. Number 10 is 8 points. I've got 8.5. Oh, I wrote that the wrong way around. That's supposed to be 8 to 9. Right, so I've got 8.5 points. So I think that means I'm number 2. We could be either siblings or good friends. So that's good. Not bad. I think that's quite good. So 8.5 points. I now have the cat back with me. She's decided she wants to come back on my bed. Away from me right away. You might see a little bit. There you go. What you doing? What you doing? Got your back to me now, are you? That cat. And don't look at my bedding. I need to switch over to my new, well, it's not new, but to Christmas bedding. Although my blanket's Christmassy, but yeah. So yeah, that is all of the questions. I look wonky now. Hang on. Yeah, that's a bit better. Yeah, it's not quite the same as before. I wanted to have a little bit of my Christmassy stuff. I do have the odd little Christmassy decoration. I just don't have any proper garlandy type thing or tinsel or anything. So it's just like tree decorations that I've hung up on the hooks that have my fairy lights on, which are technically Christmassy. I did put them up last Christmas, if you remember. I think it was. So yeah. But I had them up all year round, so they're not special. But yes, thank you for watching. What do you think? Do you think you're also like Jane Austen? Are you identical? Are you siblings? Are you strangers? I mean, in a literal sense, definitely strangers. But in terms of the questions, what do you think? I'm not going to tag anyone just because it is the Christmas season. I don't want anyone, even though there's no time scale for when anyone would do this tag, I don't want to specifically tag anyone in case it still makes them feel more stressed. So if you watch this video and you would also like to do this tag, consider yourself tagged. Make sure you tag me in it. I'd love to see your answers and how much like Jane Austen you are. Yes, it was a much easier video, this one, which is good. I do have a few ideas for videos. I just haven't done them yet, and I didn't want to have to look around for books and then carry books upstairs and all the rest of it. I had a really busy day yesterday. Today's Thursday, yesterday was Wednesday. So I just didn't feel up to having to think about books that I wanted to answer prompts or questions or whatever, and then, you know, if any of them were downstairs, I'd have to take them upstairs to my bedroom in here, and I don't feel up to doing that today. So I hope you enjoyed this little tag. I know it's not Jane Austen July, and obviously none of you have to do it this month. If you don't want to, you can wait till July if you would like, or whenever. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you're not getting too stressed with how close we are to Christmas. I pray that you're not. Like, I understand the feeling. So, yeah, I hope that, I'm assuming most of you watch me are Christian, like I am. So I hope that you're able to refocus onto Jesus in this time of year, because he is the reason for Christmas. You know, and just because I say that, please don't feel condemned or beat yourself up about it. It's not easy this time of year, you know. Even just with that, never mind if you have any mental health issues, like one of the questions, or if this time makes you remember all the loved ones you've lost. I know it's not an easy time, especially when it's really fresh, or someone's just passed away, or something has happened, or whatever. Regardless of the difficulties, I pray if you are struggling, you know, it's okay to ask for help. Don't forget to, you know, speak to God about things, you know, be in the Bible. That always helps, even if it just helps to make you feel a bit better, you know, minimum. Yeah, I hope you're all doing okay. And yes, I will leave you all to it. Thank you for watching. I pray God blesses you, and we'll see you soon. Love you all. Bye.